Do 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 do. The scene is set. Monsieur LeBlanc is running another street performance. This time it's the 17th, and let's see what he gets. And just as he's in the middle of and my dice stream decides not to work. How convenient. Try that again. There we go. Get rid of that convenient counter. I wanted 5, not 6. Okay, rolling for performance for charisma performance again. Let's see. Okay, so one of the 9s got neutralized, so we'll take that out. But that still leaves at difficulty 7 2 successes, so that's another $30. So for this time, it'll be a simple standard rope trick. I got 3 basic ropes here. I think I've got 3 basic ropes here. I haven't pulled this trick out of my hat in a while. But let's see. So 1. Yeah, so 1, 2, and 3. But all I got to do is just I'll put one of these down. I take there's 2 ways to disconnect the ropes. One of which is to connect the ropes. One is to untie and retie, and the second one is to do the magic way. So I just go and I rave one rope through the other, and as you can see, it's hanging there. And I do the second one, and I just simply take the 2 separate ropes and I give them a quick little rub, and 1, 2, and lo and behold, we've got 2 ropes passed through the other, and when pulled tight, as I pass them to an audience member, you can actually see these are completely, completely solid. There's no way they're coming apart. So, and then of course he gets $30 for that. So that brings me, let's see, 90 at last performance. So 90 after last performance. That brings me up to $120, I believe, even. So I'll make a note of that on my character sheet. And at about this point, just as he does so, Monsieur LeBlanc gets a call from Father Deacons.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yep.
Okay, you probably get a text at this point.
Okay.
How goes it tonight?
Yeah, Monsieur LeBlanc proceeds to take a look and goes, "Oh, I have a text from Père Deacons. I wonder what this is about." Proceeds to call him back and go, "Bonsoir, say Monsieur LeBlanc."
Ah, well, he's kind of in his car, actually standing outside. He's at the he's outside the Nightshade, I'm guessing, is where they're at, or wherever the meeting's being held.
It's not at the Nightshade. It's at the back door of one of those. Wherever the meeting's being held. It's apparently the backstage of some performance or other.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got the car parked just a little bit outside, and he's kind of just walking the streets a little bit, going kind of a circular route, a block to the west, and then a block to the same block, and then the block to the east, and then just doing the sidewalk route, noticing the crowd, noticing how far things have gone, how bad things are here on the how things have gone, how bad things have gone in the last 100 years. Your craft might do a little good, might do pretty good down here. And I'll send you the address. I'll type it in.
Monsieur LeBlanc proceeds to swing back down for the other area and proceeds to swing down by the area in question. After hoofing his stuff down by bus and what have you. Let's see. So, he hoofs his way down so by foot, and we'll give him another performance roll as he happens to set up near the area in question where Père Deacons is, and you were right. Apparently, that's actually not half bad. Another 2 successes. So that's $140.
Yeah, look, see, not bad at all.
No,
they are.
No, $150.
Fine arts here.
Yeah. I have made $150 in the last. I've made $150 in the last couple of days alone, or back up to $150. Not bad.
And it's skill. It takes skill, but and it refines your skill as well.
Bien sûr, Père Deacons. So, thank you for letting me know about this little spot here. But what do I owe the pleasure of your earlier text?
Oh well, I've been rather busy tonight. The events of the last couple of days, as you notice, I guess you could say, have us all huffing and puffing and rather active.
Ah oui,
Oh,
n'est-ce pas? But you
so
were saying.
go ahead.
No, no, you were saying. I was just saying, ah oui, n'est-ce pas? But you
Uh,
were saying.
I guess you could say I've got rather vested interest in the fine arts myself. So, Madame Claire, as a matter of fact.
Oh oui, she and I were just, she and I were just talking the other night. Last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Aye.
Well, and then Miss Aubrey, I think. I try to keep an eye on
Ah oui.
people, like I said, the artistic endeavors.
Ah oui. Bien. Yeah. Oh, if you mean that you're concerned about Claire, you were, I take it you're meaning you were wondering about that important engagement we had to get to last night. Last night?
Well, yes, there was that.
Ah oui. Yes, we had prearranged to go see a production of Cyrano de Bergerac in the park a little while ago, but unfortunately the timing was getting very close to the it was getting very close to curtain time, and we had prearranged tickets for that. So it was it was a very nice show, all things considered. She uh, she was quoting half the scenes by heart prior to the intermission.
Well, it is what it is, and that is definitely a quite a masterpiece.
We,
Um, I'm sorry. This is an important. Continue on.
Oh, we may. Anyway, we went and explored a bit of New Orleans. New Orleans. She finally discovered a bit about my history, and apparently, it turns out that I was one of her favorite authors for a number of decades. I was completely surprised by that. Go figure.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. It was a message from the rehabilitation center.
Ah,
I apologize for interrupting you.
no, 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 ce n'est pas un problème. I was just saying, no, I was surprised because apparently I'd been one of Claire's favorite auteurs for a number of decades. Who knew?
Yeah, it's all about who you know. You never know who you reach out and affect every night.
Ah, bien, of course, bien sûr. You said rehabilitation center, oui?
Yes, definitely. St. Mary's um, down in the French Quarter.
What type of rehabilitation are we talking here?
Different
I only
types.
asked.
It used to be two separate parishes, but they had to combine, and now we've just kind of called it a community center rehabilitation,
Ah,
primarily for homeless.
bien. Well, the reason I ask is because I just had a thought. The other day I was, how we say, the other night I was, how shall we say, surfing l'internet, surfing the internet, and I came across something that David Copperfield actually did a little while ago, and it's inspired me for a new idea that I wanted to run by you as something potentially where I might be able to put my service for the church, shall we say.
Well, as long as you don't expect too much in the monetary department from it, it is a community center.
No, no,
You can't really take much from the people who have nothing to. They don't
no,
even have a place to sleep.
no, 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 no. Bien sûr, no. This was purely a donation of my time, but it occurred to me that the reason I ask is because there was a project David Copperfield did called Project Magic, where apparently he trained people with disabilities, disabilities to regain some degree of both self-confidence and their capabilities physically, avec training them with the magic. I was wondering perhaps maybe training some of the homeless to become street performers, learning the art form a little bit. Just as a charitable thing, I was wondering if that would be something that the church might find useful.
Well, given your other talents and proclivities, I would have to have it um, rather closely moderated.
Oh, of course, of
Monitored.
course. That goes
Just
without saying.
Just the magic that is of the David Copperfield style.
Oh, of course, of
Nothing.
course. I would not be training them in that style of in the other style of magic.
Never give away all your tricks, and I prefer
No, of
you
course not.
didn't.
No, of course not. And as a matter of fact, I rarely, if ever, use that form of magic for when I'm street performing or performing for the for others not of our when performing for the average mind. I never use that particular style of magic. I only use the
Well,
David
good.
Copperfield style.
You can be rather gifted when you want to be. I've seen it,
Oh no, no, I'm not.
especially the other night.
Oh, we. I know what you're saying, but I prefer not to use that form unless I prefer to use more sleight of hand form, mechanism, gimmick form. You know, the traditional sleight of hand as per centuries past or per years and centuries past. You know, the one that has a long tradition of fooling people, mainly for the purposes because you know apparently the average person finds it somewhat entertaining. So perhaps teaching the homeless to become street performers to be able to earn a little bit of money back might give them something of self-confidence, n'est-ce pas? It's a thought.
It is definitely a thought. It will give them definitely a vocation of some sort. And if they
Apparently,
were to, there might be definitely some type of, I would say, if they were so inclined to give something of a tithe back to the church, maybe you would be able to get some sort of compensation for learning, giving them some type of skill.
ce n'est pas un problème about the compensation. The main reason I was looking to try to find a way to save up my money is because I was in desperate straits myself. But now that I have the streets performance and I'm doing well with that, you know, and now that Monsieur Delano has given me a place to stay in exchange for working as working for one of his bartenders, normally I am normally considerably I won't say better off, but I at least have taken care of the basics, and now I am just saving up money for a larger show. I'm hoping that at a later point I might even be able to do something where I can raise funds to donate back to the church.
Ah, definitely.
That's why I'm saving up for a larger scale show that I can put on, and hopefully when people provide coverage for that, you know, average citizens of New Orleans, that I can give back to the church for church-run projects and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, as usual, our doors are always open. Should you need to get any gift, anything off your chest as far as guilt or
Oh,
anything of
of
that
course.
nature, confessions.
Yes, but I
Hard
would like
times
to.
here on the street with people being rather, let's see, difficult.
From time to time, I'm well aware of the dangers of performing at this level. That was oh God, it was years ago that it was years ago when I was but a small when I was but a young man. I used to perform. I used to shall we say I used to perform on the streets, but not in as quite an honest form as I do now. And I learned the hard way how to avoid such problems. If it had not been for Monsieur Lupin saving me at that time, because of a, how shall we say, an argument, n'est-ce pas? I would not have been. I mean, I had already started writing a little bit by then, but you know, the odd little bits. But I didn't really know how to, you know, read well or write extremely well before that. So the little bit I was writing was not the best work, shall we say, and my proclivities were a lot less honest than they are now. So that's part of the reason I started trying to perform, was primarily for Monsieur Lupin, in Monsieur Lupin's memory. But I won't go there right now. I don't want to relive some aspects of that past, at least not now.
Have you heard of this drug cult running around? It's posted everywhere. It's kind of hard to imagine you wouldn't have.
No. Of course, I've seen the posters.
I would imagine a man of the streets. I kind of have your ear to them, and I have, I would say, a lead or two in the oh darn it, a lead or two in St. Mary's that I've given a oh darn it, David, come on. I've given them a nice place to stay and a warm bed and some food, but they've I'll double check with where they got the Colt from, the actual drug. Would you be interested in following this lead down to get this nasty drug off the streets?
Oh, certainly. I must confess, I do not have anywhere near the investigative skill my sire did, but I will do what I can.
Okay. The professor last night was rather adamant. He's not a fan of drugs of this nature either. If you'd be more than willing to check this out, I'd be happy to have you along for the ride to follow this lead with me.
Oh, certainly. Perhaps certain types of my talents might be. Let's say they might be useful in helping us gain des introductions to the appropriate people, shall we say?
Actually, you know what? You follow me. We follow this lead down, and it would. I think it would call our debt paid for you to come down and show the magic to the. It would be the cost I would ask of you to go to the the community center and share your love for magic to the people there.
I didn't. You're right. I'm sorry. I should have realized I owed you a debt. I apologize. I wasn't aware. I wasn't thinking at the time. But no, that's completely agreeable. Agreeable. I just didn't. I wasn't thinking at the time. I'm sorry.
That or you don't have to go at all. I mean, it's not a big deal. You don't necessarily have to go as seek any sort of recompense or pay.
No.
I'm wondering if you wanted to go. It's not a big
Oh,
issue.
no. I want to go. It's just it was just I was sorry. I just had I had 3 trains of I attempted to board 3 trains of thought at the same time, and I missed every one of them.
It's okay. I throw myself and prostrate myself to the Lord's work at all times, and sometimes it it just becomes so much. I would enjoy the help though.
Yes, gladly.
Well, I understand this isn't. I'm not going to do combat rolls on you, but he'll use manipulation plus subterfuge to get you to come along.
Oh no! He's already coming along anyway. It was just I lost my train of thought, and so out of character, I got confused whether or not. I think actually out of character, I got confused. Do I owe you a debt in order to be able? Do I owe the father a debt in order to be able to do the charity performance, to do the program that he had in mind of trying to rehabilitate the homeless people?
No, but he's trying to make you think you do.
Oh, okay. Well,
Losing you along.
Yeah, well, he was willing to go along anyway, so it's kind of a. Sorry, it's just like I got confused as to what was going on there, so I'm like, wait, what?
No, that's fine. He's trying to schmooze you along into coming down and investigating this.
Oh.
So he doesn't go alone.
No. So the peasant problem. He's willing to come along anyway because of the fact that he doesn't like drugs out on the streets towards the homeless as well. So.
Okay.
So he's just going to come along anyway. It's a moot point.
If we can get Evan to do that, Clay might actually go too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'd have to decide. We'd have to. But yeah. But yes, sir. I will be coming along. I will be coming along to take care of this. I want to get rid of the. I want to get rid of anything that might harm the average person as well.
Now, I'm sending you something in confidence for so traditions are not broken. I need you to. I trust you will delete this as soon as possible.
Of course.
I'll send you. Serpent. He'll text you Serpents of the Light. Now, please delete that.
We certainly. At which point he promptly deletes that.
Hit delete. You'll see you'll see I'm erasing it as well off my phone.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yeah. So
that's why the good professor would like it.
Taken care of. Oui, je comprends. I understand. In the
But
meantime,
hopefully they can rattle on forever. But in any case, if you'd care to go ahead and work more, I thank you for your time. I'll pull out another $50 or so and hand it to you.
yes,
Go
and
go with God, and
so that's 170
that's
bucks right there. I'm going to be no, sorry, 130. No, hang on. It was 100. It was 100. The guy made 90. It made 30, so that was 110, 110, 120. Made another 30, so that's 150. So plus 20, plus 50, that's 200 even. So
yeah.
okay.
And he'll
But
say,
you want to do the math right. I got to make sure I keep a note of that.
go with the Lord's protection, and he'll not necessarily wave you off, but it's best of luck to you as well with the masses out there.
Bien sûr. I will when I finally have enough saved up, Père Deacons, I will be throwing I will be spending it all probably into a large-scale show, which will hopefully provide what I hope will be some restoration potentially either for the church or for Habitat for Humanity to give some of the people lost by Hurricane Katrina their homes.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We can use all the charity work we can get. I almost feel like I'm doing it alone sometimes.
Well, that's exactly why I'm saving up, is to be able to put the initial amount in to build a large-scale show to attract enough people to provide said charity. But in the meantime, I will. In the meantime, God be with you, Père Deacons, and I hope I will be able to be of help sometime in the upcoming nights.
All right, and he'll go back to watching watching the phone, and
yeah. And at this,
on the phone.
yeah. And at this, Monsieur LeBlanc will save up his I'll make a note that he's made 200 so far, and Monsieur LeBlanc will head off into the Wild Blue yonder, and I guess the scene ends there.
Yep.
All right, brilliant.